So I absolutely love coming to Peguera. It's just down the coast here from where I live, just on the west side of Palma, and it's an absolutely beautiful, chilled out little resort with 3 beautiful beaches, turquoise crystal waters, and a nice little resort centre too. So let's turn the camera around. We're going to check out Peguera today. We can see what you can expect in summer 2025, and I'm down here. I'm starting this video at the far side of Playa Romana beach. And check out the views today right across Playa Romana. We're looking out over towards Palmyra beach, and look at the water. Now you can see as we move on into the month of June just how warm it is over here. Now temperatures have risen and we can see plenty of people in the sea, but let's not stick around over here on the far side of Playa Romana. Let's head on into Peguera Resort. So a little bit like Palma Nova, you've got these 3 beaches here and you can walk from one to the other quite easily. Got lots of nice shade as well, and got quite a few benches too. I mean, this is such a lovely spot. And what an absolute treat to be here as well in June. You're going to see it's a lot less busy, obviously, than you're going to find in July and August. The beaches over here do tend to pack out a little bit in peak season. Let's enjoy some really nice views today, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what you can expect in Peguera for this summer. Just to give you a quick location check here, look, we're around the back of the Happy Mag Resort and Complex. All of this is open now. It underwent huge renovations during 2024. So let's take a look at the new Tentacion restaurant, which is part of the Happy Mag Resort, and see what they've got on the menu. So I would say budget around maybe 20-25 euros per person for a meal. Just to give you an idea of what's on the menu, and also as well, very, very important, make sure you are dressed to go into the restaurant as well if you're coming off the beach. Anyway, let's head on away from the restaurant and let's take a walk around the resort. Now, new for this year on Playa Romana beach, I see that they've got the barley beds installed. I don't think they had these down here on Playa Romana last year, but what they did have, and what they do have again this year, is a beach bar, and it looks like we've got a much bigger beach chiringuito for summer 2025. Good thing here as well, look, you've got lots of accessibility down here to Playa Romana beach. So different down here. If you haven't been to Mallorca for a few years, all of the Calvia beaches now boast these beachside chiringuitos and upgraded sunbeds and beach umbrellas. I can imagine this is especially nice actually later on in the day as well. Getting a few pre-sundowner cocktails. Let's give you a few more views across the beach. Anyway, let's take a walk up the walkway here over towards Playa Palmyra. And as we come up to the side of Palmyra beach, oh my goodness, check this out. How beautiful does this look today? Lots of people out in the water. You can see actually how shallow the beach is here. We've got plenty of people still wading out, and they're good, I'd say a good 25-30 metres away from the shoreline. It's not too busy today, but then I am filming this on a weekday. Just bear in mind what I've said in my other videos. If you are visiting any of these beaches on the weekend, especially on the Sunday, you're going to find them to be very, very busy. But this is an idea of what you can expect before peak season. And just to give you another angle of how clear and blue the sea is at this time of year. In my opinion, it is really worth booking an out-of-season break. I mean, just look at this, it's absolutely glorious. And you can see as well that there's plenty of free space here right in front of the beach beds and the sun umbrellas at this time of year. Okay, so we're just heading down the side of the Beverly Playa Hotel. I'll give you a quick check on sunbeds and beach umbrella prices as we go a little bit further along the beach. I suspect they're pretty much the same in the Calvia municipality. They're going to be around 20 euros per person, but we'll double check on that. let's head on around to some of these really lovely beachside restaurants, actually a little bit further on. And I suspect they may be quite busy this lunchtime. You can just hear the music playing out from the Beverly Playa. Look, they've got an animation team and some games going on over there, which looks like good fun. So we've got some big changes taking place over here in Peguera. Like much of Mallorca, and especially over here in the southwest, we're seeing this whole area being upgraded too. Now I do know that Peguera is in line for a major renovation in the resort centre actually over winter 2025. We're also going to see as well when we head on down to Palmyra Beach, a brand new hotel which I do believe may well have opened its doors already. It's going to be a brand new 5-star hotel as well. So even this area is changing too. But anyway, let's keep walking along the beachfront here and let's go and see what it's like today. So I can't believe there are people out running this lunchtime. It's rather warm here today. It's about 25 degrees Celsius as we roll on into the month of June. Now this little stretch of restaurants and bars here right down off Palmyra Beach will get rather busy as the sun starts going down later on this evening. This is a great place to sit, but then again this is a really nice lunchtime spot too. And just taking a look here right in front of the Mari Vida restaurant, got a huge long boardwalk here going down pretty much almost to the shoreline. Look at the beach today, isn't it gorgeous? And we have another boardwalk running just a little bit further up as well, right behind the lifeguard tower. I can see they've got some accessibility equipment here, like walking sticks and an amphibious wheelchair to get into the water if you do have mobility issues. But look, we're just coming out here. Got a little luxury sunbed offering here in the form of barley beds. They haven't all been set up today. Now just check out the views from where I'm standing here. I'm still right behind Tora Beach here, just looking out, and you can see, you know, this may well be the most perfect time of year to travel. It's not too busy, it's not too packed, and it just looks like paradise. So there's one more boardwalk here on the far side of Tora Beach, and if you see my video from over in Palma Nova, you'll know that on the Calvia beaches for this year we do have lockers. I'm going to show you where they are. And they are just to the right hand side here of the boardwalk. They cost just €1 to use. So if you are travelling solo, if you are down here and maybe you want to hire some water sports equipment, you want to go into the sea, maybe rent yourself a locker. I mean, it's an absolute bargain. It's really a fantastic initiative, and also great to make sure you keep your stuff safe on the beaches for this summer. Also as well, just looking at the sunbeds and the beach umbrellas, you do have lock boxes on the beach umbrellas, which is really good to know. But you know, just take a little bit of care if you're down here. Don't leave stuff on the beach if you're going into the water. Alternatively, bring yourself out a waterproof bum bag and a waterproof phone case too. So just coming back up to the walkway here and looking out over the beach, I can't see a free sunbed in sight, but take my word for it, the sunbed rentals, at least not the barley beds, but the sunbed rentals, you're going to need to budget around €20 per day for 2 sunbeds and the beach umbrella. Anyway, should we take a walk over to Palmyra Beach? Let's go and see how absolutely lovely that is today. I'm just panning the camera around here just to show you how lovely and shady it is. I've got to say that there are few resorts that offer this kind of shadiness right next to the beach. Santa Ponsa is another place packed with pine trees. Allows you to get some really nice natural shade. Same goes as well with Alcudia Beach. On the walkway you've got little patches of pine trees, but how lovely and cool it is here today, and we do have a very nice breeze blowing. Also, we're not lacking in beachfront chiringuitos here. I'm outside the Contiki. Look at the views from here. How absolutely lovely is Peguera today? Now, Peguera is a very popular resort with our German holiday makers. In fact, comment below if you also visit here and you're not from Germany. Let me know if this is one of your favourite resorts. It certainly is one of mine. It is a little bit less hectic than some of the other areas of the island. It's a really, really super family resort too. Just to the far right of Tora Beach, we've got the little jetty where you can pick up your day cruise for the Cormorant cruises. This is where it departs. And to the right hand side as well, look, we've got the Tora Bar restaurant, another lovely little chiringuito here in the shade. Look, we've got absolutely loads of beach shops as well here in between the beaches. This is the road which heads on up towards the high street, but we're not going to go down there in this video. We're going to dip down to our left. We're going to head on down to Palmyra Beach, because today it's going to be all about the views. And just looking up here as well, look, if you're wondering what this flower is, it's bougainvillea, and it's very, very popular over here in Mallorca. It's blooming at the moment. Look how absolutely gorgeous it is, and unfortunately it doesn't look like this on my terrace. But anyway, let's head on down towards the third beach on our tour today. So you can just see the steepness of this path heading down towards Palmyra Beach. I can see somebody trying to get a pram up. Goodness, it is very, very steep here. And look at the view that awaits us here. Goodness me, what an absolutely gorgeous day. So just looking to my right here, look, we've got some first of our restaurants along Palmyra. Should we go and get some even nicer views from the side of the walkway? Let's go and do it. What a wonderful, wonderful view we have today right across the water. I mean, it's just stunning. And you can see as well as I come out here just how shallow it is. Holiday makers wading way out. And just looking over the side here, look, we've got some rocks. This is great snorkeling territory here, people. Just to let you know, if you're coming over to Peguera, make sure you get yourself a snorkel mask. Anywhere that you have rocks here, you're going to find a little bit of sea life. Look out for crabs, look out for sea urchins. And you'll find some little fishes as well around here too. So Paguera isn't like Palma Nova, you can't walk all the way around the side, so we're going to have to turn back. I just have to give you some nice views along the way. But look over here, look. I can see a cormorant, one of my favourite seabirds here. He's on the rocks. But that is not all I am looking out to today, because right in front of my very favourite seabird, you can see what is going to be the new Atheos Mallorca Hotel. It was the old Mar y Pins Hotel, but this is now a 5-star boutique luxury, and it is due to open for summer 2025. I have just had a look online. Can't see it open yet, can't see any indication either of when it will be open, but you can see they've still got cranes in place. I can hear a little bit of drilling taking place as well, so I don't think it's quite ready yet. But I think this is going to be an amazing addition to the resort. So let's just spin the camera around here and let's take a walk back down to the beach. Okay, so we're just coming down the back of the beach. We see a sea of sun umbrellas here. Don't forget, you can pick them up from one of the many beach shops if you're travelling over here on the budget and you don't want to spend €20 a day on the straw umbrellas. Let's take a walk along. So just looking over to the new boutique hotel, I can see works are very much underway over there. I'll keep you posted about when that is due to open. I'm also going to be back here to film a live stream at some point as well, particularly in the evening. We can watch the sunset together. And I'll be down here making some other recorded content too. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notifications bell. And in fact, if you are enjoying this video, give me the thumbs up as well. It will help roll this video out to other people interested in a lovely summer holiday over here in Mallorca. So you see we're coming up behind the 5-star hotel of Villa Mill in the centre of Peguera. The resort centre runs pretty much parallel to the beach. So we can see, look, just up here, just where these people are walking here. Another less steep access way actually to get into the resort centre. There's a much flatter access route to the resort centre right at the end of this beach, which we'll go and take a look at. Look, we're just up at the back here of the disabled access area. Nice little bit of shade there. Fantastic selection of equipment too to get yourself into the sea if you do have mobility issues. And goodness me, we're coming up past a very, very busy and packed beach club over here on Paguera Beach. It's very, very busy today. I do recommend as well checking out the restaurants on the high street, particularly if you're having all day on the beach. If you're spending the entire day on the beach, you may want to go somewhere a little bit more shaded actually, and there is a fantastic selection of restaurants in the resort centre. There's a little bit less shade over here on Palmyra Beach than you'll find on Grand Tora Beach too. This really is very much of a sun trap, as you can see, particularly as I'm filming this at lunchtime. I must be mad actually. I should have come out earlier on in the morning, but the early morning and the early evenings are the best times of day in summer to come out. Maybe not taking a big hike through the resorts at lunchtime is the best idea from my part, but I mean, this just gives you an idea of what it's like. Oh, look at that, look. A plate of steamed mussels for €12.50. We're just coming up to some other very, very busy restaurants. This hotel, this new Atheos, I don't know how to pronounce it, 5-star boutique hotel, is still very much under construction. And actually, it doesn't seem as bad as it sounds, because do you know what I can see being done here? I can see somebody trying to get rid of the graffiti that's on the walls. Still a little bit of finishing off to do construction-wise, but this does look like it's on its final stages. But it's good to see that this graffiti is finally going. You can't have that on the side of a 5-star boutique hotel, can you? Anyway, let's get a few more final views of the beach. And just to my right hand side here, look, you can see the flattest access over here to Palmyra Beach. Not too much of a slope here heading up and into the resort. And as I walk to the end of the wall here, let's just take a quick look over Palmyra Beach. You can still hear the sound of that graffiti being removed. It's a lot nicer actually when you can just hear the lapping of the seas here, but I'm pretty sure that'll be finished soon as well. Let's hope that graffiti doesn't get replaced anytime soon either. Okay everyone, how nice is Paguera today, apart from the sounds of that graffiti removing machine? But how nice is Paguera? This is just to give you an idea of what you can expect if you're visiting this summer in 2025. It's absolutely stunning down here, I've got to say. But let me know in the comments as well what you think of Paguera and if you come over here on holiday. Anyway, if you want to see what Paguera is like at night, check out this video appearing on YouTube. Also check out this video to help you out with your holiday too. Thanks very much for watching everyone, and don't forget you can find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.